Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Pink Print Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about all things social media.
Let's go. The purpose of social media, our take on social media, the effects of it, the use of it, the abuse of it.
Ooh, I like
We love
that.
the word abuse.
Oh my God.
No.
I love that
Wait,
word.
sorry, that came out super aggressive. No, because we had the other episode, I think abuse of alcohol.
Yeah.
The misuse. How about that? The misuse.
Yeah, we're just going to be, let's just have
No, we're positive. We like positive words.
Yeah. No, but, oh my God.
No, I'm like, fuck
Honestly,
no.
guys, today the energy has been out of wackadoodle.
Wackadoodle.
Like just crackhead energy. Not
Yeah.
out of whack. It's not like bad vibes. It's just,
No, it's not bad vibes.
It's just crazy vibes.
Yeah, it's giving unhinged, but it's okay.
Yeah. So anyway, let's just have a raw social media chat.
That's what we love. Raw chats. We're super real here. Real steps from real women.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to ask you, what do you see social media? What is the purpose of it to you? Is it to connect with people for work? Because people have a different concept of what it is and therefore how to use it. So what do you think?
100%. Honestly, at this point, this has been recent. I needed to do a little social media cleanse. Right?
Hell yeah.
I feel like I feel like whenever I'm being serious, I take a deep breath and I'm like, yeah, okay. Anyway.
I always need a cleanse.
Yeah. No, but this is going to probably be there to stay. What I did the other day, I had enough, honestly. I had to unfollow a lot of influencers that I followed, and I love influencers. I think they're amazing at their jobs, clearly, because I needed to unfollow you because I was just scrolling and I was like, I need a mini Kelly. I don't need that.
I still need one.
I mean, I know, I do.
I'm kidding.
But the only reason it's in my head is because I'm looking at this stuff all day long, and I love fashion bloggers and fashion influencers, clearly, and I follow them and I love the way they style pieces, and I've loved fashion ever since I was a little girl. But I just feel like sometimes I'm in La La Land.
Hell yeah.
You
oh
know,
my God, I find myself in La La Land all the time.
I love
on Instagram or TikTok.
I think we work really hard, we make our money, and we choose what we want to do with our money. And yes, we could go buy if it wasn't impossible, go buy a Birkin, but I don't need that.
No.
I have a lot of other things that I want to spend my money on in the near future, like buying a house or especially
other priorities.
Yeah, just
not
whatever.
the bag. Yeah.
Not the bag. And I'll have that bag at one point. I know I will, but it's just on my day to day, I don't need to be sold fashion items all day long because I want to buy them. Trust me, and you guys are doing a phenomenal job. But I can't be looking at it all day anymore because I can't be reminded of all these things that I don't have, and I don't need them. I have a perfect closet. I have not hundreds, but I have many bags, and I don't need another one. I have everything I need.
You have more than enough. You're good with what you have, and anything is just excess because you see it. It's in your face.
Yes,
and it makes you want it.
Exactly. So I'm really trying to do a little cleanse of not buying things that I don't need. I don't need a new outfit for every event. No. And sometimes
as much as we'd want one. No.
Yeah. And sometimes I act I'm oh, what am I going to wear to this? We have a closet filled with clothes. And and
then you're I haven't worn this in a year or whatever.
Yeah. And
I find myself saying that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to sound like a crazy person either, but we have everything we need. We can style things differently. It's honestly been a fun challenge because I have been styling my things differently.
Not a challenge.
It has been. So point is, I've unfollowed a lot of people that aren't serving me tools in which I can grow as a person or as a business leader. So I unfollowed I'm sorry, Kim Kardashian, I unfollowed you. But that's another thing actually that we can branch off of is I can't look at Kim Kardashian anymore, to be quite honest. I look at the woman.
I love Kim.
I love her. I think she's a business mogul.
Those are the two Kardashians I follow.
I love Kim. I truly think she's an amazing, thoughtful business leader, but her content is just not doing it for me right now.
I think that there's many different kinds of content, and we can go into what it does. So one thing is you said the fashion. It makes you want something. Makes you want more.
Yeah.
When I see a Skims ad, I'm oh, now I need to go buy more Skims. I don't need any more bodysuits.
Right.
I don't need any more bras or PJs or whatever. I don't need that, but I see it and I want it and it looks cute. And unless you are crazy disciplined, and you know how to filter all these things on social media, it's just so much better to unfollow. So it doesn't even tempt you.
Exactly.
It's like, don't buy Coke if you're gonna be drinking, sodas all the time. Don't even have it in your house. Don't even have bad snacks in your house to tempt you. Don't buy a cake and cinnamon rolls if you don't want the temptation. Like, just don't buy it, and then eat it out. Same thing.
Exactly. So these types of people, I mean, other like influencers I've unfollowed because, again, feeding me lots of like fashion and like these jeans, like this is my outfit, linked to my entire outfit. Here's where to buy my outfit. I'm like, thank you for making it so easy for me to spend money. So I just need to take a cleanse, and I've actually been loving who I follow now. I really follow like a lot of founders of different companies. Of course, they also have luxurious things, and I see it, but it's not.
But they're different because they're actually they're not posting specifically about fashion. They're posting about their companies or advice or motivation. So their approach to, like, maybe you'll see it in a picture, but they're not with that intention to get you to buy something.
Exactly. So my intention with it has been, how can I better myself with it, and how can I promote my business with it right now?
Let's go.
And those are my intentions. Unfortunately, if you're not using social media to your advantage to grow your business, you should be. Like, that's just point blank. It's annoying. I've come to the conclusion where I didn't want to do it for so long, but you're putting yourself at a disadvantage if you're not.
Absolutely. In today's day and age, like, you have to be
because you can reach so many people. There's no other way to reach this many people, and why not try?
100%. I think that if you're like, oh, I wish I had more business, and you're not doing everything that you can, like being on social media, it's like, well, you're missing out on all those opportunities.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be every single social media platform either. No. Like, my Instagram it's whatever. I'm not like I don't use it so much to promote Pink Print, for example. Like, I do, but now I've been using TikTok more for that reason, because on Instagram, I think it's a lot harder to reach people. And if you're for us, for example, for a podcast to promote it, if you're promoting your personal brand and part of your personal brand is your business, then you're gonna reach people, and people are gonna, if they like you, they're gonna want to check out what your business is, which 100%. Is why through TikTok it's easier, because it's longer form content of you talking rather than Instagram. Like, for me personally, Instagram is more curated, and I like my Instagram more curated. I like putting like cute pictures. Like, it's not going to be a raw, unfiltered place where I'm talking about my business.
No.
I don't think it should be.
Well, back to what you said a few seconds ago, like, I've been hearing this for a long time, but personal branding is everything for your business. And like you said, if they like who is behind the brand, who is behind the business, and they like you, they want to see you, your mannerisms, and trust you, then it'll lead to your business. But no one wants to follow like Target. Well, actually, I don't even know who founded Target. That was a bad example, but like
Skinny Confidential. I don't follow Skinny Confidential. I follow Lauren Bostic.
100%. Yeah. And I listen to the Skinny Confidential.
Me too.
And you buy products from them.
Yes.
But you don't necessarily follow their page.
No, I don't. I don't find a need to follow the business page.
Especially if we're being so selective with who we're following. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to waste it on some business account that, like, even if I buy their products, like, I don't need to follow Skims. Yeah. I'm going to see what's getting dropped anyways if I follow Kim.
Exactly.
So, but the personal branding is so important. I mean, for anything, really any business, for the real estate, for the podcast, literally whatever you want to do today, everything is so on social media that a personal brand is almost like, it's a little crazy that like everyone needs to sort of have one. Not that you need to have one, but if you're like in sales or like in a job where you're connecting with people.
Yeah, maybe if you're in private equity, you don't need a
No, you don't. Or like if you're like in like analytics or like something behind closed doors or on the computer, you don't need to.
Yeah, I mean, most jobs are not most. I think a lot of them are sales.
Yeah,
because I was gonna say, even let's take my dad for example. He's a restaurateur.
Absolutely, it's hospitality, but it's sales.
Yeah, no, it's totally sales. But I'm saying, like, you love a restaurant, but you also want to know the story of a restaurant. Like, if I tell you my dad owns Italian restaurants, isn't it so much more enticing if you knew he grew up in Sicily, left when he was 12, moved to Brooklyn, was drafted to the army during the Vietnam War?
My God.
Like, the story is everything, you know?
And that's how, well, the story behind the sales, that's really what's going to get you.
Yes.
And for people to believe in your story, believe in your product, and then want to participate.
Exactly.
We're gonna go to your restaurant now.
Yeah, exactly.
We already do, but
no, but and it's a shame because my dad's 75 now. So obviously, when he was starting this journey, he did not have social media as leverage. And
thank God, if we had it for longer than we already have.
I know, exactly. But like, who knows what his trajectory could have been if he used all of this like media to his advantage. it doesn't matter. Everyone's life has its own path and whatever. But I do think about it, and I talked to him about it too. Like it would be crazy.
Yeah. So
it's kind of like Carbone and Major Food Group.
Absolutely.
The restaurants are kind of shit, but it's all PR.
No, their restaurants all suck ass. And sorry, not sorry. Like we don't need to be here. Like,
no, we have
just talking
opinions.
about trending restaurants.
Yeah.
You know, like some of them are good. I will say, what's my favorite of their Major Food Group? Honestly, none comes to mind. And every single one that I went is okay, it's mid. But what do? They create a story, they create a hype around it, and then influencers go, and then people go. And then Drake fucking puts it in his song, and then everyone's posting about it, and then boom, social media blows it up. Everyone wants to go because they think it's a new place, even if you just lack fucking good taste.
Yeah. Go off.
No, it's crazy because that's really the influence of social media, and they're using it to their advantage. So we should too, and you should too for your businesses or whatever you guys are doing.
Yeah.
I think it's really good to like to filter out. I mean, what do they say? That everything you look at, you're consuming that all the time. Of course, it's going to influence your mind and what you're thinking of. So if you're always looking at these people, not only to buy stuff, but seeing all these, and let's be super real here, like Kim, her body has changed so much.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. You look insane. Mm-hmm. But to see like a lot of these, I don't want to say her body's unrealistic, but looking at very different people who have different genetics, who have different routines, who have done different procedures, and then you're just like, holy shit, you look amazing. But we've talked about this before, but it also takes a toll on you, and you're like, well, why can't I always look that insane? It looks like she just got out of bed, she has like no makeup on, and she looks great, but like you don't know that she got like Botox and a facelift, and she did her fucking eyebrows, and she did this, that, you know what I mean? And she's done a million other things, and which is all fine. Yeah. But we're out here like scrolling in bed, and we're like, I wish I could wake up and look like that too. Mm-hmm. And then it also affects your mental health. I think there's like so many things with social media that can fuck you up.
Yeah. I mean, just in general, like the topic that we obviously wanted to go over is how, once again, unrealistic it is. And I was talking to my friend Lauren about this, and she's like, it literally is just a highlight reel. And she brings up a good point, because she's like, but I like it. Like, I like being able to share the good parts in my life. And I agree with that, because we're not really going to share the not good things in our life on it.
Yeah. Some influencers do, but
yeah, I think it depends the platform.
Don't.
Like on Instagram, I don't think most people are getting deep. Some are, but whatever. The majority, obviously, which is what we're talking about.
Yeah. I think that, like you said earlier too, you curate your Instagram. And I think that if there's one message I want to get across, and for really everybody to understand and really drill it into your head, because we say it all the time, but for real, it's so fucking fake. Social media, besides TikTok, which is a little more real, but Instagram in specific is so fake, because it is. Mm-hmm. It's so curated. You're putting, like you said, your highlight. You look your best. You're dressed your best. You did your makeup, or you didn't, but you're literally only showing the best parts of your life. You're putting on your story. And I do this too. I'm not saying that I don't.
Yeah.
I put the best restaurants that I'm going to, or the beautiful places I'm at. I'm not posting a picture of when I'm doing my dishes.
Right.
So it's just no one's interested in that. Like, we want to see pretty things, and that's totally fine. But I've been seeing lately so many people who are posting things, and it's not to say, but they're maybe friends, and you know, like a couple, for example, who posted a picture like a week ago, all smiling, looking amazing, and then a few days later, I'm like, they broke up. And it's just like, why are you even posting something like to show off that you're together and happy when a few days later you're broken up? So it's just like, what is it?
Yeah.
Are you happy? Or you're truly not. So why are you trying to prove that you are and showing to the world that you are? Like, who cares?
Yeah. Actually, we were just talking about this episode on Skinny Confidential with Jen, is her name Jen?
Yes, I think so.
Jen Movins?
Yes.
It's something similar. Sorry.
It's the most recent episode.
It's an amazing episode, but she was talking about how when Paul McCartney would meet people,
yes,
he would say, I don't do pictures, but I would love to talk to you. Like, how are you? What's your name?
Have a conversation.
And it's like, so many people would just stop, be like, can I get a picture? Like, take a really quick selfie and then post it to Instagram immediately. It's like, for what? To say that you saw Paul McCartney? Like, why? It would be so much cooler if
to have a conversation
and be like, how was it being in the Beatles back in the 60s in London? Like,
fucking insane.
What was the first time you felt to be famous? Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not interviewing Paul McCartney right now. But like, imagine if like what if I went up to you and I was like, by the way, I had a conversation with Paul McCartney, and you're like, oh, like, did you take a picture with him? And I was like, no. You're not gonna be like, I don't believe you.
No, exactly. She also said, like, and if you don't have a conversation, which most people don't, it's like they treat you like a zoo animal.
Yeah.
Where they just go up to you and they're like, picture, picture, picture. And a lot of people do this. A lot of older people, I think, also do this
my
too.
God, I know.
Not maybe so much still our age too, but they go take pictures, selfie, oh, post, I met him. And then it's like this human is right here. Like, what if you said hi and actually asked them how they were doing? Like, on the other side too, like Paul on a first name basis, Paul is making an effort to give you a little bit of his time and talk to you. But like, if we are such fans, like, why don't we also take advantage and try to ask, like, oh my God, how are you? Like, I'm such a fan. Thank you so much for all the music. You've changed my life.
Yeah.
Rather, which honestly I think would make him so much better than like, oh my God, can I take a selfie? Oh my God, thank you so much. Bye.
Yeah.
Like, that's also like just way less meaningful.
Yeah, I know.
And then you're posting it to prove to people, to show off to people. And this is the side of social media that I really don't like, which is like this showing off and like to show, like, this is the part that I'm like, I literally never want to use social media because I don't give a fuck to be showing all these details of what I'm doing, who I met. Like I don't really care if you met them. Like, do you really care if I do?
I know. Everyone has a different like perspective and feeling with it. I think also something we've talked about is just like, I fucking hate being on the phone. Like,
I hate being on my phone too.
If
you look at my screen time, you're gonna be like, are you sure you hate it?
Yeah.
I use it a lot, but like, I hate, well, hate's a strong word. I really dislike being on my phone and scrolling mindlessly. And like, I'm trying to be more disciplined with it too. You're better at this, of like putting your phone down at night at a certain hour, not scrolling like in bed on TikTok. But I really dislike how it consumes you, and then you're looking at all this shit.
Because it's just like addictive. Like, even if I'm in the car driving, as soon as I get to a red light, I open Instagram. Yeah. Like, why?
Bad habit.
But I heard somebody else talk about this, and right now, and I so feel this, the content is so bad that I'm so unsatisfied that I'm still like searching for something.
Which is,
do you know what I mean?
Really terrible that they've created an app where today we already have like the goldfish like attention span.
Yeah.
And then it's like we keep wanting that hit of like what's next and what's
it's like
better.
Not coming.
And then the thing is, like, sometimes I put my phone down and I'm like, oh my God, the world is around me. Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever had that moment?
Yeah.
You start scrolling and you start looking at like beautiful houses. I do that. And then like now for some reason, like I've been saving some like for my future kids, like party themes.
Like, why?
Because I like decorating and like
when you have your kid, do you think you're really gonna go back to these saves?
I hope so, because I've been saving them, and now it's been coming up more on my free page, and I'm like, I need to have the best fucking first birthday party. And I told my boyfriend that the other day, he's like, the kid's not even gonna remember. I was like, I don't care, it's gonna look pretty, but it's just so silly.
I know.
And then you put your phone down and you look around and you're like, wait, like this is actually the real world, not whatever the fuck I'm looking at, tablescapes and the bag and this body and whatever. Like, even consuming like the business leaders you want, it's great to like get some inspiration, but then put your phone down and then like,
that's enough.
Yeah. Like, this is the real world.
But don't you feel that way? Like, maybe, I don't know if it's the people I follow or maybe just things that pop up on my For You page in general, but like, and I know we've talked about it before, but every girl is like posting the same exact thing.
Ugh, the same aesthetic.
Especially, like, this is no hate to New Yorkers, but every fucking girl in New York is like Tracy Anderson method, Birkin, Chanel
Tracy
ballet
Anderson
flats.
is really trending right now and everyone's fucking going.
And I'm just like, I don't fucking care, honestly. Like, I love that people are posting their life, but it just feels like so, I don't know, like just not real.
It doesn't feel real, and then it just starts to mesh and all sort of becomes like everyone's sort of the same. That's the thing. It's like, did one girl see that this person was doing Tracy Anderson and wore Chanel ballet flats, and they're like, that's cool, let me go do it too? I mean, if you genuinely like that, do it. But then also, I think that you need to just really be yourself. And like, don't just do whatever everyone else is doing. I think everyone likes to do the same because they're like, oh, this works.
Yeah.
This seems to work. They're getting followers, they're getting views. And like, if I can emulate that aesthetic, then I can have the same followers. Or I don't know what the fuck you're trying to get out of it, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, they're like, this works. If I do it, it'll work for me too. But like, no, that's
I don't think so. Also because I think people can sniff and they can smell the energy. Energy is the only thing that does not lie. And you can feel that. And you can sense when something is just not
Genuine.
It's not genuine. Like, I don't care if you look cute and you're in a beautiful place. If you're, you can feel it. I can't even explain it, but you can feel when you're like, it's trying too hard. So it's like, then just be yourself. I'd rather you post something way casually and not dressed up if that's really who you are. And I feel a genuine connection and relatability rather than you trying to pose like somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's actually why okay, guys, backstory. I deleted TikTok for Lent last year. Or it might have been 2 years ago.
I don't know. I feel like you haven't been on TikTok forever.
Since 2022, I haven't. So
that was 2 years ago.
It was March 2022.
That's a long time. That's a good hiatus.
It was a long time. And I was fine without it, by the way. But also, I'll say this. I didn't have TikTok, but like maybe just because I didn't have TikTok, I spent more time on Instagram. Like, who knows? You know, I don't think it like necessarily... I don't know. I didn't doom scroll, but like...
Right, but if it wasn't one app, like you still spent time on Instagram.
Yeah, so I'm not saying like it like changed my life. But anywho, I didn't have it. And the other day, I was listening to another podcast and a marketing expert was on and she was like, the best way for you to grow your business, and this is a really good tip for everyone listening, the best way for you to grow your business is to grow your personal brand first. No social media platform prefers the algorithm to encourage businesses. They would rather boost the algorithm and help a person because like we said, I don't follow Skinny Confidential. I follow Lauren Bostic. I like the person behind the brand. So whatever, I get it. So I was like, okay, you know what? I love our podcast. It's our fucking baby. It's our business venture. Rock my baby. And I'm like, maybe it's twins. Anyway, and I want it to grow. Like, I'm hungry for this business to grow because I know it can change so many people's lives. So if you're listening right now, thank you already. And I love it. My sole purpose in this life is to help women be better. So anyway.
I love that. I love you. Thank you.
Yeah. Love you. Thank you. So I just was like, okay, you know what? I've had enough of this. I need to get my ass on TikTok. And I told Gio, like, you need to get your fucking ass on TikTok too. And in the beginning, it's so easy to be like, oh, like, so, like, I was like, oh my God, are my friends, like my closest friends gonna judge me and be like, oh, she's trying to become TikTok famous. Like, I don't care, I guess. I know my closest friends, hello guys, don't care. But at the same, they've actually been really encouraging. They've noticed. They're like, wait, what the hell? You're on TikTok. I love it.
Well, from like not being on it at all to like posting 3 times a day. Yeah, it's like, whoa.
Yeah. So, I didn't even say the tip. The tip is you have to post 3 times a day. Oh. And it's like scary because I know that I've seen people I know on TikTok and been judgmental. Like, I'm going to be honest, I have been. So I was like, oh, what if people are judgmental of me? But you know what? Like, who knows what people are trying to do with this platform? And honestly, who the fuck cares? Because if you're judging someone, I'm going to go with, and let me know if you agree, 99.9% of the time you're jealous of that person. Because if not, why the fuck do you care what they're doing?
I think that this is true. Although it's not nice to admit, but I think, yeah, you're probably jealous of like, fuck, you know what, like she has followers and like, I wish I could have that, not the followers, but like that platform as well. And to have that for your business, etc. Or something, whatever it is, someone's probably and a little jelly.
Yeah. I mean, it's
normal. Listen,
like, it could be like subconscious if you're just like, oh, she's so annoying. Like, why is she doing that? But also like, why the fuck do you care? You know, like,
yeah, exactly.
Whatever. So I don't know. But anyway, back to the thought process on growing the business. It's just like, I was thinking about it, and me and Gio, again, don't like being on our phones. I was like, I don't want to be creating content all day. That's not me. Like, I don't show up somewhere and I'm like, do like, and, you know, like
I hate doing that.
Yeah. It's just like I'm a very present person. The phone like gives me anxiety, but I don't know. Like, also I was like, if I have a passion and I know that there's an avenue in which I can make it grow, like, I'm gonna do it. So maybe in the future I won't have to post on TikTok 3 times a day, you know? Right. But right now, like, it's grind time.
Exactly. No, it's like we said, you have to be on social media. And I think that I think we've both known that social media, of course, you need to use it. You need to be on it for your business.
One day I'll have someone run it for me, you know? Like
100%. So then I don't even have to look at my phone.
Exactly.
But the thing is, like, now that we're very clear with the purpose and how we want to use social media. Yeah. If you want to use it to scroll and because you really like fashion and that's why you want to use it, amazing. My boyfriend the other day said, gotta speak more clear, that he genuinely uses social media, Instagram, for example, not the other ones, to stay in touch with his friends. Mm-hmm. That's what he uses it for. He doesn't follow a lot of people. He doesn't go out of his way to follow other people. He has few followers, his friends, and he's like, I as a guy like don't always text or call my friends from college, but if they post, like I can see what they're doing, I can comment, and that's how I stay in touch with them. That's his use of social media, and he's clear with it. And us, if we're gonna use it for work, then honestly it's like work. It's like posting the TikToks, it's like we're doing this because there's a higher purpose to it, and it's, even though we don't enjoy being on our phones all the time, we're gonna make the best of it and push it, because at the end of the day, that's how we can make more of a connection with you guys and reach more people, and grow this, which at the end of the day is to help people. And if this is gonna help, like, why not give it a try? Why not do it?
I know. Yeah, exactly. It's so funny because I think of now I'm thinking about my boyfriend and how he uses social media. And number one, the ads that he gets fed, he buys shit too. Like, it's not just girls, you know?
Yeah.
And number two,
golf.
Literally was going to say that. Like, all he does is fucking watch golf videos. And
same. Not me, but Ricky, same.
Yeah, it's just like so funny to see. For them, it's so not deep. Like, they don't look at guys and they're like, oh, I wish I had his body. You know, like, I don't, maybe some guys do, but my boyfriend doesn't do that.
Yeah, no, they're just like, whoa, his swing. I'm like, oh, okay.
Or they're like, that guy's fucking hacked. Like, you know,
what is hacked?
Like strong, whatever.
Yeah,
but like, they're not out here like comparing themselves to these men.
I think also that they just give less fucks, and they're like, not like, oh, he has 6 packs and like me, go to the gym. Like, no, we definitely overthink it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Wow.
So I think that if you're clear with at least how you want to use it, and there's a purpose to it, because everything we need to do with purpose.
Yeah.
Like, we want to be present. That's why we don't like using our phones. I'm like, oh, you put the phone down, the world's around you. I would like to be present at lunch, at dinner, with my friends, with you. If we're on a walk, I'm not going to be like taking videos and stuff. Like, you want to be present. So if we're going to use it, let's use it, post, and then put the phone down.
Totally. Make notally.
Yeah.
And also the other thing is, like, back to me saying like it's kind of cringe. Like, okay, it's cringe. Like,
it is cringe.
Fuck it. Like, I don't know. There's not really an answer to that. And also, like,
it's cringe, but then everybody else is just like, oh, she's trying, and it's like, maybe they want to try, and like they're too scared, and they're like, oh, they see you, and again, they're judging, and maybe they're jealous because they wish they could be trying, but they don't because of their insecurities. But you just have to be like, fuck it.
Yeah, I agree.
Like they say, the most cringe thing is trying to be an influencer. Like this part,
like
where
the journey to becoming one.
Yeah, like when it's only your friends liking and commenting, and you're getting like 200 views per post.
Yeah.
But then when you actually get there, it's like, oh wow, overnight, right? As they say. And then it's not cringe, and then it's cool, or it's fine.
That's the thing. It's like, what, once you have a big following, it's no longer cringe, but you've been doing it the whole time. So
yeah, but that's just that's the real part of it. Like, don't you guys want to see the real journey?
Exactly.
I will say I do like, since I said Instagram is so extremely curated and fake, I think that TikTok is a more real platform.
It is.
And I do like to use it for like genuine, I like to search reviews and like
me
products.
too.
Like a new Google, because you're actually getting the person's genuine reaction. People actually are not wearing makeup anymore. I mean, some people, of course, like think about how they're going to put their TikToks together and ideas, but a lot of them are very casual in like their bathroom or their kitchen, or dressed up or not dressed up in PJs. So I like that it is more real.
Yeah, we actually, this is a random influencer we saw the other day. It's crazy that we were surprised by this, but we were like, oh, her bathroom like looks so normal. It's not like this perfectly curated, like, you don't have to wait for something to be perfect in order to like start, you know, like nothing's perfect. We're sitting in our real estate office right now recording this podcast episode. Like, you do, I mean, it's a beautiful real estate office, but you do what you can. And like, I'm not in my bathroom like I need to do wallpaper and get fresh flowers before I record this TikTok. Like,
just so it looks cute and aesthetic, so someone else can think it's aesthetic, and then you still get 200 views.
Exactly. So like, I would recommend, like, if you want to start something, or if you're trying to launch your business, like, just go fucking do it. Like, there is no time to wait for the perfect moment.
No, the best moment is now. Just do it, post the videos, and begin. And I think that the tip, like you said, is to post 3 times a day on TikTok, is so you don't overthink it.
Exactly.
And you just start posting a lot. Exactly. The algorithm will start to see that you're posting, but it releases that pressure a little bit, because you're like, oh, I need to post 3 times a day. I'm going to come up with some silly, stupid thing. Not that it's stupid, but something in the moment. It'll be natural, and it won't be overplanned. And that's the whole point, that it's just real.
Yeah. And my new thing right now, like, I'll do it once in a while, I'm sure, but I'm so over like aesthetic videos. Like I don't
Yeah.
care. Like I want to laugh. I want to get to know a person. Like I don't want to see like, I don't know. I'm just so over it. Like
No.
I don't care when there's a lot of people that like only post aesthetic videos. I think it's cute once in a while, but like
Totally.
I don't get to know you. Like
Also
I don't get to know your personality.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are.
Now that we've been on like got these like I'm gonna start posting 3 times a day for the podcast and to grow, I was like, okay, you've inspired me. I'm gonna do this too, so we're gonna do this together.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it too. And as a consumer, that's what I like to see too. I like to see the way someone talks, how their voice sounds, their mannerisms, like how do they move their face, how does their body move, like that's what I enjoy seeing, like you as a human. So the aesthetics, you're still not meeting the true person.
Yeah.
And I think that if you're trying to build a personal brand in a real authentic way, it definitely helps to show that, because people are really going to get to know you
Yeah. I agree.
and then trust you, and then therefore it'll lead to your business.
Yeah, and I think just like don't try to emulate someone else's model and really just be yourself. Like people will like you for you. They don't want you to be Alex Earl and they don't want you to be Alex Cooper. Like sit in front of the camera and literally just be yourself, and you're going to attract the right people because they're going to like you for who you are.
Yeah, so this is something now that I've been posting. When I was actually scrolling TikTok this morning, you start to see other people and you're like, oh, this is so cute. And then you start to get a little bit into like their style. And then I'm like, oh, should I try this? And then I had to like snap myself out of it. And I was like, no, like I was actually looking at Kylie Jenner and I was like, I'm not Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
And her aesthetic is not mine. And I can't just post these videos. Like it's just not me.
Yeah.
And sometimes too, scrolling can mess with your idea. But then you have to be like, no, let me just keep posting the way that I talk, the way that I'm doing this,
Yep.
the way that I am, and what comes natural to me, because this is what's actually going to relate to people, not me trying to be Kylie. I'm not Kylie.
100%. I was going to say 99.9% of the time I create and I put the app away. Like I don't scroll because I don't want to get into a habit of like doom scrolling. And again, it will mess with your personal content.
It does.
Because whether you're thinking about it or not, you're like, oh, I saw this, let me do this. Like it's just easy, and then it becomes not authentic to you. Same thing goes for Instagram, and same thing goes for fashion and style. Like we said, like if you see this person wearing this, then you're gonna like see it in the store and be like, oh wait, I'm gonna buy that. Like so the only way to like truly be authentic to yourself is to almost like consume less content and really sit down and be like, what do I like? What am I going to record today? XYZ. So
I think also, really, it's so funny how at the end of the day, the videos, and I feel like I've heard a lot of other influencers or comedians and stuff say that the one that you least tried on is always the one that like performs the best.
yeah.
And I mean, like a silly one that we made the other day, we were like, oh my God, we're matching. We should do a little video. And not that we got thousands of views, but
did.
it actually, I'm not,
Not 50,000.
yeah. But on both of our accounts, we posted completely separate videos, but of the same thing. And we were like in the moment, like, oh, let's just like record this real quick. It was of our outfits. And on both of our accounts, it both performed the best.
Yeah, it's
out
like
of everything
still
else
doing
we
the best.
posted this week. And it's the one that was just like so in the moment. It was funny. It was in the time. You're present, like in the moment. Oh, this is cute. Da-da-da, post.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So I feel like the less you think about it, the more natural it is. And at the end of the day, it's always sort of the ones that perform the best. Not all of them, but
No, yeah. Like Jack Harlow said that. He said that, like, what's the song? Like, I'm Vanilla Baby, whatever, that song. He's like, that was like a joke song that I made. And like, I was like just releasing it because it was like easy and fun. And he's like, the songs that I put like so much time and effort and like hours and like tears into, people are like, whatever. Like now they're all just singing like, I'm Vanilla Baby.
no, and it sticks.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So keep creating content. It's fun. It's not that deep. Like put it out there, especially if you know your intention and your purpose with it. Like just keep going. Like who cares?
Yeah, 100%.
So
Yeah, and remember that Instagram's still fake.
yeah.
It's not real. People can be going through shit and you're like posting, like, I don't know, to curate this life that maybe it's also like what your friend said, what our friend said, she's our friend. Like you like to make it a highlight reel. I know we're like bouncing back and forth a lot. Maybe it's a little bit of an escapism and you can enjoy it. And I think that's fine.
Yeah.
But us on the other end who are not posting it and we're watching, just remember that not everything is exactly the way it seems.
Yeah. And remember that when you're about to compare yourself to someone, for a fact, you don't want their entire life.
You just want that moment, that picture, that outfit, like what you just saw. That was enticing. Cool. I think that was a wrap on our social media ticks.
Social media spiel.
Yeah. Our social media spiel.
So what's the homework?
The homework is...
Guys, are you doing your homework, by the way?
I don't know, but I think it's good that we give you homework. Well, let us know if you are. The homework is replace the time. Actually, this is interesting because we're talking about social media, but homework is to replace the time you spend at night or in the evening or any really moment throughout the day that you're on social media with something else a little more productive or better for your mind or your peace.
Yep.
What was this the other day? My boyfriend was like, it's that when I scroll, this is relaxing to me. And I was like,
Horrible.
I think we can scientifically prove that being on social media definitely does not relax your brain.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not good to watch that before going to sleep. It definitely overstimulates it and the light and everything. So find an alternative to actually use social media less and to try to actually find peace, relaxation, or something else for your mind besides. Like,
Yeah. I'll tell. Two
reading.
things that we've been doing during the day. If you want to scroll, go for a walk. Don't pick up your phone. Don't open Instagram. Go for a walk. And at night too, if you want. I'm just not a night walker. But at night, instead of picking up your phone, pick up a book.
yeah.
A book and read.
Yeah, totally. And another thing, since we talked a lot about personal brands and your businesses, if you guys are thinking of starting your own business or you have started it, I've seen like some people who, I don't know, are doing their thing. Like, don't be afraid to just get on TikTok and start doing that too. That could be your homework too, if that's
Totally.
what side you're on as well.
Post 3 times a day if you have a business that you want to grow.
Post 3 times a day. Don't overthink it. Do it. And if it's cringe, fuck it. Who cares?
And also the people that love you will support you because also like most of the time you're doing the same thing. And if you're supporting other people, they're going to support you right back. So
100%. Also, yeah, give your friends some love.
Spread
I think
love.
that we also we like to spread love with the other friends we see who are trying, and then they show it back, and it's just so nice when you give them love because you know that they're trying, and then you're trying too, and it's just like a little circle of love and support.
Totally.
As it should be.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. Thank you guys for listening to our spiel.
Love you guys. Ciao. Bye.
Ciao. Bye.